Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, this is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we are glad in it. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, February the 28th, 2025, and we are live right here from the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Good afternoon to all of you that are coming on, joining us live. Please do me a quick favor, hit the like button, hit the share button, and don't forget to tag Lolly, Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Ramon Preston, my squad, we are all live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And you, my friend, on this beautiful Friday, are watching the Ramon Preston Show. If you don't know, now you know. I'm your host, Ramon Preston, every Monday through Friday, unless otherwise noted. Every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, I show up here on the Ramon Preston Show, really to share with you information that I know could help you properly start, structure, and scale your business or even your income streams. So even if you're not an entrepreneur or business owner, what we teach on the show can really help you in your personal financial life. Either way, thank you for joining the show. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and put in the comments what city you're watching your boy from. I love to know what city, what state you are watching the Ramon Preston Show from. So put in the comments what city, what state you're watching us from today. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be talking about the 10 places to find the best deals. Now, you already know I'm not going to get through all 10. I might share with you 2 or 3 of them, but don't worry. If you join me tomorrow during my live workshop, I'm going to share all 10 with you tomorrow. So put in the comments what city, what state you're watching us from. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I appreciate all of you for subscribing to our YouTube page, for following us on social media. If you're not subscribed, if you're not following me, please do so today. You can find me on all social media platforms at Ramon Preston, at Ramon Preston. Now, I want to answer a question that you might not even have, even before I get into some of the top places you can find deals. This is a very important question because I know some people ask this question, even if they don't ask me the question, they ask the question in their heads. Ramon, why are you sharing all this information on a live free show like you do? Well, because number one, I want to do business with you. I'm always looking for the right people who I can align myself with to do deals with. All right. So whether it's a real estate deal, whether it's a business partnership deal or anything in between, I'm always looking for people that I want to do deals with. And in order for me to find and align myself with people like you, if you are that person, I've got to show up here and I got to give value. Okay. Now, of course, I would love for you to buy one of my courses, join my coaching program, maybe work with us in our private equity firm. All those things mean something to me. But guess what? If you can align yourself with someone and start seeing success with that person you are aligned with, what do you think is going to happen? I can tell you what's going to happen. You're going to start aligning yourself more with that person, and you're going to start talking about that person more. And that's what I want. I want more people talking about how their lives are being impacted because they are aligned with me as a business partner, as an investor, as a student, as a client, as a mentee. So with that being said, today we're talking about places to find the best deals. Now, again, I have top 10 places, but I'm not going to cover all top 10. Tomorrow, though, I'll be covering it. So if you are available tomorrow, Saturday, March the 1st, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., I'm hosting a live and free HoldCo Dealmakers workshop. So it's going to be a 4-hour live deep dive. I'm going to be standing and sitting right where I am right now in front of this whiteboard, and we're going to literally walk through 4 sessions of information regarding how you can become a HoldCo deal maker. So this is our HoldCo Dealmakers workbook, okay? The only way you can get access to this workbook is if you are, number one, an investor with our private equity firm, a partner with our firm, or maybe you are a coaching client in our Millionaire Blueprint coaching program. So if you're not an investor, if you're not a partner, if you're not a client in our coaching program, the only other way you could get access to this workbook for our free HoldCo Dealmakers workshop tomorrow, the only way you could get access to it is by opting into our VIP upgrade. So this is a VIP upgrade for $97. Listen, it's going to end today. So if you join me tomorrow live, most likely I'm not going to have this available. Maybe I will. I might change my mind. But every day that goes by, I keep reminding myself, you're just giving too much away. But at least for now, while we're live, if you want access to this workbook during our free HoldCo Dealmakers workshop tomorrow, when you go to RamonPreston.com/event, there's going to be a link for you to opt in to our VIP upgrade for $97. And that upgrade will get you access to this workbook so you can follow along with me during the whole 4-hour workshop. And you also get instant access to our 6-week HoldCo Dealmakers Playbook training. So this is a 6-week training that I'm currently going through right now with our investors, our partners, and our coaching clients. So you can tag along with us for the next 6 weeks, which it ends on March 31st. So you can get in, start going through the courses, and learn all the ins and outs of becoming a HoldCo deal maker. We also give you 6 weeks of client support. So if you have a question about your holding company, how to start it, how to structure it, maybe you're reorganizing your enterprise, during the 6 weeks, we're going to provide that client support to you as a part of your enrollment, and you'll get access to our HoldCo Dealmakers Mastermind. So all of these components are part of the free the $97 upgrade, in addition to the HoldCo Dealmakers workshop. So if you want that, just go to RamonPreston.com. Okay, DL, you're asking me, why don't I answer the questions in the chat? What is the question you asked? I don't see a question. Did you ask a question? If I don't ask a question in the chat, it's because I'm standing up here running my mouth during the live, and I don't always get to see the questions when they come in, so I apologize for that. But I do my best to answer the question. So DL, if you have a question, just put it back in the chat. We do apologize if I missed it. I just probably didn't see it. But if I see a question, a legitimate question, yeah, I don't have a problem answering your question. Definitely don't. So I would love to answer your question, whatever it is. Okay, so on page 8 of the workbook, you asked a question in other live feeds over the last few days. I don't know, maybe the question you asked, yeah, for some reason, maybe it didn't show up in my chat, because I have a chat in front of me, but I didn't see it. So maybe it was on the platform you were watching me from, but it didn't show up in my chat. Okay, give me some time to type the question. Okay, I'll circle back around and answer your question. So today we're going to be talking about places to find the best deals. Remember, I want you to think like a HoldCo deal maker. So when you're thinking like a HoldCo deal maker, you're thinking like someone who's always looking for opportunities to do a deal, right? You're looking for an opportunity to do a deal. It doesn't mean you're looking for an opportunity to buy a piece of real estate or to buy a business. It doesn't mean you're just looking for an opportunity to become partners with someone or bring someone as a partner into your business ecosystem. Sometimes it's just you looking for an opportunity to do a deal. And a deal could be anything. Sometimes a deal can just be you connecting two people together. Sometimes a deal can be you providing valuable information or resources or direction and insight to someone else. Sometimes a deal can just be you being the middleman to make sure that someone gets to the end of a journey that they're on. Whatever the case is, we want to think like HoldCo deal makers so that we can do deals, because the money is always in the deals that we do. And again, it doesn't have to be a full acquisition. It doesn't have to be of a full partnership. Sometimes it can just be a full conversation that you're having with someone. And because you had a full conversation with someone, that conversation turned into another opportunity. So tomorrow we're going to cover at least 10, at least my top 10 places that I believe you can find the best deals. Today, I'm going to cover just a couple of them. All right. Today I'll cover a couple of them. And I'll give you the first three that I have on my list right here. Okay. So here are my top three of my top 10. And we could talk about it a little bit. So the first place you can find the best deals is in your current assets. So if you're taking notes, I want you to write these notes down, okay? Number 2, in your current business. And I'll break down each one of these. And number 3, in your current, this is a big one. Now, if you talk to somebody who is a business broker or someone who is in business acquisitions, definitely someone who is in private equity like we are with our private equity firm, what you will find out is people who acquire businesses or who are brokers for business purchasers and sellers, or who are private equity managers or advisors or analysts, they are always looking into the details of opportunities that most people overlook. Okay? And so 3 of the top 10 places you can find the best deals are 3 of the top places you have access to that you probably look at and deal with every day. You're just overlooking the details within them, if that makes sense. So, for example, with your current assets, you should take a look at every asset you own within your holding company, and you should determine how you can use them to create strategic deal opportunities. So when I look inside of my holding company right now, I can find intellectual assets, I can find copyrights, I can find trademarks, all of which I personally use through our licensing program. So we have licensees right now, people who paid for a license to either use in its current condition or white label all of the intellectual assets that we have on our educational platform, Ramon Preston University. But if I did not look at my current assets, if I didn't dig into what do I have within my holding company that could actually be worth something today or that could monetize today, I would have overlooked the fact that, wow, I have IP. I got intellectual property. There are things that I understand about business. There are things that I understand about money. There are things that I understand about real estate. There are things that I understand about leadership. There are things that I understand about systems and processes and entrepreneurship that I can actually monetize because they bring me value. So if I package them in the form of some product or some service or some offer or opportunity to other people, it not only allows me to monetize the asset, but it also allows me to increase the overall enterprise value of my holding company. Okay? So this is one of the first places I believe you can find the best deals. Now, what if you don't have a holding company? What if you have an operating company? Well, you could do the same thing in your operating company. I could take any operating company, okay? I could take a landscaping company. I could take a landscaping company and I could start looking at all the assets that you own or control in that landscaping company and probably find ways to create strategic deal opportunities. It could be with your contracts. It could be with your relationships. It could be with your vendors. It could be with your employees. It could be with your equipment. It could be with your database. Just off the top of my head, I'm giving you an example of how I could just take this one company and look at the current assets of this one company to start unpacking ways to create strategic deal opportunities. Does that make sense to everybody? That's just one example. And again, if you just use this example, even if you don't have a holding company, this can tremendously help you start creating some deal value. I just lost all my things right here, just on the screen. Wow, I lost my whole thing. So let me write it again. Your current assets, your current business, and then your current expenses. Like I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all $1 million worth of game right here. Hey, DL, appreciate you for putting that question in the chat, and apologize again for missing the other questions. You said, I have the legal structures and the ability to know how to run freight, but don't have the equipment to do it for myself or employ someone else to do it. But I have good credit. So what's the question, bro? I'm missing the question. You have the legal structures, you have the ability to know how to run freight, but you don't have the equipment to do it for yourself or employ someone else to do it, but you have good credit. So I don't know what your question is, but again, you have the legal structures, so that's an asset. You have the ability to know how to run freight. That's an asset. So just looking at what you're writing right now in the chat, DL, if you got the legal structures and if you have the ability to know how to run freight, then those are assets that you can utilize to people who don't have the structures and who don't know how to run freight, but they have the ability to buy the equipment. Maybe they have the money, maybe they have the capital. So it could be 2 or 3 other people who have the money and the capital who believe they could they could maximize an opportunity. A. Harmon says he needs business funding and credit and book some loads. It blocked your question because I need too many letters in the message. Oh, I have to consolidate the wording and type the question again. Okay. Yeah, YouTube hating on you, bruh. YouTube hating on you, dog. They blocking you today, bro. They blocking your blessing today. So everybody that's watching me, I'm giving you 3 of my top 10 places to find the best deals. The first place is in your current assets. You got to look at your current assets, just like with DL. If I had the asset of a business structure and I had the asset of the ability to run freight and I got good credit, the only thing I'm missing is money. Now, do I need a loan to get the money, or do I need someone who has the capital but they don't have the credit or the ability to run freight or the structure? So out of the 4 elements that you need, the structures, the ability to run freight, the credit, and the money, you got 3 of the 4. So I would put a pitch together to people who have money who want to get in the freight business, but they don't have the other 3. I got 3 of the 4. So you got pretty much 75% of what's needed. That's an asset. And you got yourself. And you just put a business entity together and say, I'm willing to give up, even though I got 75% of what it takes to do this, I'm willing to give up 50% of a whole business entity for someone to bring the money in. And we both own that entity. You can do that when you have a holding company, because now my holding company, my HoldCo, is going to create a new entity for the freight. And I'm going to let this person get 50% and my HoldCo gets 50%. And I'm bringing in 75% of what it takes, and they bringing in the money, which is 25%, and we get into business. That's a current asset that you have because you're looking inside of your HoldCo to see what you have. The second place to find the best deals is your current business. So you should take a look into every business you currently own and determine how you can use a portion of it or all of it to create strategic deal opportunities. I just showed y'all with the landscaping example where I just put 4 or 5 different items that are within a landscaping company or any company, and I itemize them, and then I can start unpacking them to see where is the value in them and how can I interconnect them to other companies or assets or opportunities to start expanding it. And then the third place, which is powerful, and a lot of creative people, they look into this, is your current expenses. So basically your current expenses become one of the top 10 places to find the best deals, because you can look at your current expenses and see if there is a partnership opportunity, a revenue share opportunity, or an acquisition opportunity in that area of business. Does that make sense? So for example, right now, one of the expenses that we have across our entire organizational enterprise is an expense called insurance. So my organization right now, we have about 11, we really got more, but we let's just say we have somewhere between 11, 12, 13, I think we have about 13 different entities. We really have, let me just say 15. So we have about 15 entities or operations that represent our enterprise. I'm just giving you an example, right? Okay, all 15 of these operations, entities, divisions, subsidiaries, they all need what? They all need insurance, some kind of insurance, whether it's me personally, whether it's company, staff, equipment, internet, online presence, all these different types of insurances. So one of the things that we're looking at doing right now is forming a strategic partnership with an insurance company so that we can take our current expenses and turn that into a partnership where we're going to be paying this money anyway for these 15 different operations. We might as well be getting a portion of that to go into an entity that we have some partnership with. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you can do this across the board. You can look at anything that you spend money on and see that there may be an opportunity for you to partner with someone who owns the same type of business that you're spending money on. Or you can have some type of revenue share agreement, or you can acquire the entire business operation, or even if it's not a full acquisition, it could be a partnership. Whatever the case is, I just gave y'all 3 of the top 10 places. I'm gonna talk about all 10 of them tomorrow in one of our sessions. But this 4-hour deep dive tomorrow is gonna be amazing. Again, after tomorrow, this offer won't even be available. Like if you go to my website right now, you can't even find the HoldCo Dealmakers Playbook because I'm not even going to be selling this and offering this publicly. My clients in our coaching program, my clients as investors and partners in our private equity firm, they're the ones who get access to this type of information because I'm helping them become better deal makers. But for now, because I want to find more people to do deals with and create opportunities with, I'm offering it. Tomorrow from 12 to 4, we're going to host a HoldCo Dealmakers workshop. It's a 4-hour deep dive. It's absolutely free. Just go to ramonpreston.com/event. Join me tomorrow. If you would like access to the workbook, you can upgrade to $97. It's $97 for the upgrade. You get the workbook, you get the 6-week Playbook training program, you get 6 weeks of client support, and you get access to our private HoldCo Dealmakers mastermind that we will be hosting, that one-day mastermind between now and March 31st. So one day within the next month, while you're taking the 6-week training, we'll host a mastermind. During that mastermind, hopefully we'll be showing you some deals that we're working on doing. We'll underwrite some deals, not just real estate deals, business deals, and assets. We'll just look at assets to underwrite them. So I'm super excited about it, and I'm looking forward to having you join me tomorrow from 12 to 4. Okay, DL, thank you again, bro, for being patient. He said, I want to do transport and take profits and buy and build real estate. I will need 18-wheeler insurance. Yes, I get you, man. And what you're getting into, I don't understand it, but I do have, I have clients. Matter of fact, 2 of our licensees are in that business. So I know exactly how lucrative that industry could be. And I hope today's show was very helpful for all of you. A. Harmon, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So anybody have any questions or comments, or if you have a big takeaway, please leave it in the chat. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And I'll make sure my team circles back around to pull any questions that you do leave after the show. And we'll mention them Monday when we come back. Every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, we are here live, and we are sharing a lot of good information. So again, if you want to join me tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, I'll be streaming live on all social media platforms like I am today, but the live is going to be a 4-hour deep dive on the HoldCo Dealmakers training. Okay, it's going to be a workshop, so we'll go over four main topics. We'll go over 4 main topics. Our first session is going to be on understanding the HoldCo Dealmaker. Second session is going to be on pillars of mastering deal making. Session 3 is going to be on 5 things HoldCo deal making requires. Session 4 is going to be on creative HoldCo deal maker strategies. I promise if you let this information soak, you're going to get $1 million worth of gain. This is a game-changing, life-changing, financially changing training that we do, and I hope to have you here tomorrow. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining today's show. We will see you tomorrow during our HoldCo Dealmakers workshop. You could go and secure your free seat today at RamonPreston.com/event. RamonPreston.com/event. If I don't see you tomorrow, I definitely look forward to seeing you Monday. Same place, same time, right here, 12 o'clock noon Eastern on the Ramon Preston Show.